Jeffrey spends his money on designer clothes and video games. He doesn't understand why he's always broke, but then when his paycheck comes in, he does it all again. Adonis invests in himself above all. He prioritizes developing his skills and knowledge and uses his money to set up a better life for his future self. If you're invested into normal people stuff like cryptocurrency or index funds, you're probably a pussy. My name's Hamza. I help young men go through the Jeffrey to Adonis transformation through self-improvements. Scroll down right now, click on the subscribe and the post notification button. It's a win-win for both of us. Also, boys, leave me a like, please. I always see the same stupid financial advice. If you invest $800 every month for 700 years, you'll be a millionaire. Don't buy coffee. Don't buy coffee. Don't buy coffee. Don't buy. Investing is the best way to get rich, bro. Bullshit. You know, each and every person who says this bullshit to you, investing is the best way to get rich, they are blatantly lying to you. They made their money through business. Then they invested their money afterwards, but they made it first through business. I'm not gonna waste your time. Do you wanna know the unsexy truth about making a good amount of money from investing? You have to start with a lot of money first. So this is what you do. You explode your wealth through a business or a high-level career first. Then you invest once you're already making a fantastic amount of money per month. Everyone's amount is going to be different, but potentially more than $10,000 per month. And if you're investing in anything other than yourself before you're making, let's say, $10,000 per month, you're probably a pussy because you don't see yourself as someone to invest in. You'd rather invest into some crypto, some company instead of yourself. That shows to me that you don't even believe in yourself. That's why for the last year, I didn't even spend a second thinking about investing in index funds. Why? Because I'm going to get a higher rate on return. I'm going to profit 125 times, literally, like deadass, that's the fucking number. I profited more, 125 times more than index funds. So here is the investing pathway. Follow these steps. Step 1 is to invest in health. Therapy, coaching. You can find these for cheap. You can go onto the website called Fiverr and you can find like literally real qualified therapists for like $20, $25 an hour. And I know you'll start spurging out. You'll be like, oh, it's too expensive. The return you were going to get on that $25 in index funds would have been pennies. The return you get from therapy for that $25 is genuinely life-changing. With these steps we're going to break down, you're going to see that everything that I recommend to you has a higher ROI than investing in index funds or whatever bullshit currently considering. We will do that later, but there's a few steps first. We have to at least get your mental and your physical health to a point where it's not deteriorating your life, your focus, your productivities. So therapy, coaching, mental health coaching especially, life coaching all works. Books on mental health, on trauma, on fitness, on diet and nutrition. The one book that I'm reading right now which helps with your mental health is How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole Lipera. It's like, you can buy the book for what, like $5, $10? In this same step, you should be investing in your fitness and your diet. Get a gym membership, and at this point you could also get some kind of like martial arts club, because that I have personally found has a very high ROI in terms of not only the benefits of like, you know, the cardio exercise, but also it seems to like very much improve your mental health, especially if you've got anxiety. Knowing how to fight really does like ease those symptoms of anxiety. And also nutrition, buying better quality food. Then you should be trying to optimize your sleep. You've probably got like a mattress right now and you've not even considered that's an investment that you could be buying. Better pillows, melatonin, blackout curtains. These were like $30, $40 and they have very, very much improved my sleep. Walking or running shoes and trainers. Now everything in step 1 has at least 100 times of a higher ROI than some bullshit like index funds. Don't get like, I know all the spurgs don't buy coffee type of guys are like spurging out. Like, we will talk about that when it's time, when everything that gives you a higher return on investment is dealt with first. Like, you should not even be thinking about that bullshit just yet, because you've got to go through step 1. If your mental health isn't set, nothing else matters. Like, how do I explain to these financial people, bro? If your health isn't set, nothing else matters. Now, I won't go into too much detail right now, but the point of investing in something like crypto and index funds is hopefully that you're alive when you get to cash out, right? Well, if your health isn't good, you'll die before then. Invest in health first, step 1. Step 2, now you're gonna invest to increase your income. And you increase your income by improving your skills. Now, generally racist, but brown people generally don't do this, at least from my perception right now. The brown people I speak to would rather have the instant gratification of the money they can make today rather than learning and developing their skills so that they can make more money than tomorrow. And so if you aren't making much money right now, it's because you aren't skilled enough. And you can gain skill through a 2-step process of learning and practicing. So at this point, you should be investing into things that help you make more money, or at least give you the skill to make more money. So this is when you get, for example, the computer setup that you need for your work. You get the camera. in essentially money-making books, and the book I'd highly recommend if you want to copy exactly what I have done, which has made me f***ing 25k to more, I think about 30k now. .com secrets. Like, I literally just followed this book. It's like the blueprint. I can't believe, like, I've said this book so many times and some people still haven't bought it. I literally just read it, followed the steps, and I made 30,000 in like over a month. In this step 2, you should be thinking about getting some kind of training courses. Charisma on Command, the YouTuber, has a course which I've just bought. The website Coursera has a bunch of courses, like high level courses. These aren't like YouTubers who are making this shit. These are literally like professors and like, you know, university people who are making these courses. You literally buy them for like $50. At this point, you should also be considering getting some kind of like career or business coach or mentor. Everything in this step is about increasing your income first. This, like, you need to do this first before starting to invest into index funds or anything, because think about it, we want to make more money first so that we have more money to invest into that bullshit, right? All of this stuff that I've just said will give you a much higher rate on return than 8% that you're trying to get from index funds. Now, the final thing in this step to increase your income is attractiveness. Invest in your attractiveness. Start to get better haircuts. Start to go to the barber every 2 weeks. Get new clothes. Get like a little bit of style. It doesn't cost much, but if anything increases your attractiveness, it will make you more money. Now, there's probably a guy who finds me pretty attractive. Now I'm wearing some like gold stuff, right? There's probably at least one person who's still watching up until this part of the video, quite heavily influenced just because of the fact that I'm like wearing some kind of jewelry. Just because he's kind of like, you know, he respects that and he's attracted to that. This stuff cost me like literally like $10, bro. Not even that, honestly cheaper than that. Most guys are not past this step. Step 2, to increase your income. Most guys are not past this. I know you think you are, you aren't. This, like, to get past this step, I would say at least you should be making at least per month, couple thousand, $3,000 to $5,000 per month. Step 3, invest to save your time. So in step 2, you just increase your income. You are worth more, and your hour especially is worth even more. So now we want to save your time, because now essentially, since your hour is worth more, we want to save our time by spending money so that we've got that extra time to continue leveling up. Always be down to save time by spending money. So many people, brown people especially, are not into this. Like some people will dead ass spend an hour doing something, like, you know, wasting time to save less than they actually make per hour. When you spend money to save time, although, you know, your bank account has got a little bit lower today, you'll make far more money in the long run. So I was in this step. Step 3, spending money to save time, in December of 2020. And that's when I got this video editor. Say hi, Sam. I pay him. He saves me quite a lot of time, so I don't have to edit these videos myself. Now, with that saved time, let's say an hour, 2 hours per day, I get to spend that hour, 2 hours per day, reading, learning, thinking to make these videos even better than next time. I'm not doing the manual labor of my job. I've passed it on to someone else, and I pay him for it. And because of that, because I've been able to free up my time and my brain power and focus so much more on just learning the skills needed to be good on camera, I've made a decent amount of money recently. And so for this step, you're going to outsource work that you just don't really want to do. Any work that someone else could do, you want to pay them to do it. So this could be script writing, this could be writing your emails, this could be customer service, and it can even be stuff in real life. For example, you can get a cleaner. Instead of you spending an hour per week, you could pay a cleaner to do it for maybe £10, £15. If at this point, your hour should be worth £50, $50. And so it's actually worth for you to save that hour to pay someone $15, $20, $25, probably even $50. Imagine if your hour is worth $50. It's actually worth it for you to spend $50 on saving an hour and, you know, to pay a cleaner $50. Why? Because then you've not only have you saved the hour, but you've saved like the mental and the physical fatigue. So that hour whilst this cleaner is cleaning up your house, you get to read. And so this hour, this hour that we're talking about, you've just profited. And again, a business coach or mentor or career guidance or something like that could be actually in this step 2, because it would probably save you time to get to like X results in your business or to get to the next promotion in your career. So this step 3, investing to save time, you should always be considering this. No matter how much further you get into your life, always be open to saving time by spending money. It's one of the best investments you can make. So now at this point, your health is doing good, your income is pretty high, and your work hours are actually pretty low. Now you've really got to think to yourself, like, you've worked hard to get to this stage. It took me a whole year to get to this step, and I got here much faster than most people would do. So if you're here, congratulations, you probably have my respect for that. So step 4 is just a little step that you're just going to have a little bit of enjoyment to invest into your social life / relationship and into experiences, because you've worked hard to get to this point. You've increased your income, your health's doing good, you've even reduced your work hours, you're doing very well. Now is the time to make sure that you're actually enjoying like the fruits of your labor. And I know that this kind of goes backwards against the idea of investing into, you know, live like a servant or like a slave and invest away for the future of the 8% index funds. Adherence is more important than anything. You need to enjoy the life you currently have, otherwise you will not stay consistent in that life. So here is where I have a bunch of random ideas. This is the stage that I'm currently in. So one of the things I can suggest to you that has shown me a huge ROI is kindness, specifically tipping. One of the experiences that I love is going into like restaurants and cafes and all these places and getting food and getting to experience that. Recently I've started tipping the waitress and the waiters that we get. Now in the UK you don't really tip like ever, but I found that when you tip, you actually get such a good benefit back. Like you feel awesome. The person you gave it to feels awesome. And it is an incredibly cheap and fast way to get into an instant flow state. And a flow state in a night out, bro, it is worth the £5 that you tip someone. Trust me, because think about how much profit, and I know this sounds weird to think of this as profit, but think about, okay, you are more social on the night that you tip. And you know, the person's like, oh my God, you know, thank you so much. Like people don't really tip. Like they're really happy, you're happy. If you met someone on this night, a potential friend, a girl that you wanted to date, you would just be better with them. Like that's your benefit. Acts of kindness, like buying someone coffee, tipping someone, it puts you into that instant flow state, and it puts you into a very, very like high value frame. You feel like the high value man who's like bestowed on, you know, to the low wage worker, probably half an hour of his time, right? Waiters are making what, £10 an hour? I would assume, like probably even less, probably like minimum wage. If you've gave them £5, you've just gave this guy half an hour of his life. That makes you feel like good and powerful, and that leads to you, for example, approaching more, speaking to more women, making more friends. So it's in this step that we want you now to invest into some experiences. Now I prefer to invest into trips, taking like a little day to go somewhere. You can book like some cheap places in Airbnb. You can just go like pay for the entry fee in a water park, and also we're investing into our social life here. So one of the things I'm just about to do is to sign up for a higher class gym / like health club. So for example, you could join like a spa place, I don't even know what that is, but like they've got, essentially there's like gyms, which in the UK is like pure gym, like the standard like every working man's like 9 to 5 type of person's gym. And then you can find gyms which are like £50 a month, £100 a month, £200 a month. Now that straight away will make you start panicking and say, wait, 200 like £100 for the gym, but pure gym's literally £20. But this again has a huge return on investment, because in the entire month, let's say I spend £100 in, there's like this fancy gym near my place. If I spend £100 there and I meet one high quality person there per month, that's a huge return on investment. Everything in this step almost sounds like just spending money. Like, you know, you're gonna go out for food, you're gonna spend more money in like some club or something. It sounds like you're just spending money, but all of this stuff actually has a huge return on investment. Some of the things that make us most happy are experiences. Investing in these experiences, especially if they are coupled with meeting people, or at least experiencing things with like the people you've already got relationships with. This is like one of the best uses of your money. So now in step 4, you've already got good health, you've already got high income, you've already got low work hours, and you've already got like an enjoyable, connected life. And all of this like keeps pushing into each other. Like all of this like is a very positive feedback loop. The health makes all of these things better. Let's say the relationships makes your health better. The relationships makes your income certainly better. Saving time allows you to experience the relationships and the social life. So all of these are the first prerequisites. All 4 steps. Now you invest for the long term. Step 5, invest for the long term. Index funds, crypto, real estate, anything that comes to mind here. Pretty much no one who watches my videos should be considering this. I'll just be honest. Almost no one who's watching this video, potentially less than 1% of people who's watching this video, should be considering this step right now. Like you are way further. Like I know you, dumbass. You're probably on step 1. Honestly, most people haven't invested in their health. Like most people feel weird to spend money on themselves, on health. That's the prerequisite to everything else. If you don't have your health, bro, your income's gonna be fucking trash. If you don't have your health, your social life's gonna be trash. If you don't have a good social life, your income's again probably gonna be trash. You need to start with investing in health and going through those stages first. Then at this point, when everything else in your life has been set up, this is when you start to think about investing in the long run, because this is when everything's checked off, but specifically you've started to make like an incredible amount of money at this point. And this is what none of those financial gurus online and, you know, the financial people on YouTube and everything will tell you. They tell you, okay, you know, get started for no money and stuff. That's a sexy answer. But the unsexy answer is that to make a good amount of money from investing, you have to start with a good amount of money. And so if you're putting all your money in this basket early on, you're not even getting a good return on investment investment because you're getting 8% return. Maybe you'll get lucky with crypto, but you're going to get a higher return by doing the other things first. So you want to come into this step 5, to invest into the long run with the cryptos and index funds, when you're actually making almost like too much money that you couldn't even think of what to invest in your business or your career advancement anymore. And I'm going to be completely honest, if you spend a lot of time thinking about this step before the other ones, I think you're an idiot, because people are truly out here mentally fucked, but they're thinking about index funds, compound interest, because we're going to do some quick maths. An 8% return that you get from index funds, bro, it's not really that good. Like, if you were going for an 8% return in your business, I'd laugh at you. An 8% return, it's a joke. I 1000%ed, no more. 1000% is 10, yeah. So I've at least 1000%ed my business in the last couple of months because I focus entirely on the business first. And one thing you've got to know is, if you're getting into business or you want to get into like a good career, you want to be good at coding or something, you need to have all your thoughts in one place. Like, that's how you get motivation. That's how you get discipline. That's how you get into like the high level, high skill. You constantly just keep thinking about this one thing. If you're thinking about index funds and you're allowing your attention to be sapped in different ways because you think it's productive, because you think, oh, if I think about crypto, like no, do that when you've got money. You know, the people who are actually making good money from crypto, the people who are actually making good money from stocks or real estate, they already had money first. They made their money through business. They made their money through creating something, through at least being like good in a career. Then they invested their money and they make a good amount of money from that. If you are not making at least $5,000 per month and you're thinking about index funds and crypto, you're not going to be one of those people who are actually making a good amount of money. You're just wasting your time, and all you're doing is just sapping your attention and your brain power away from the thing that's going to give you a higher ROI, which is your own income generation first. And your income first comes from your health. Better health fuels your ability to increase your income. Once you've already got a little bit higher income, you can start to save time instead of having to do like the bullshit admin tasks of your business or something. That saves you time and your income goes even higher. Invest in yourself first. I've made that video about how much money I'm making, right? I'm in step 4. Like, I might be getting close to about step 5 right now. I might start investing for the long run. I know someone's gonna get pissed at, like, well, Hamza, if you invested into crypto, like, relax. Stop spurging out on me, bro. I have made this much money because I followed these steps. The final thing I want to leave you with is how I got to this mindset and how I even got to this amount of money in this business. The book Unscripted: Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Entrepreneurship by MJ DeMarco. Fantastic book. It's a thick ass book, bro. It's like hundreds and hundreds of pages. It laid out exactly what I should be doing in my business for me. It was in this book that I read a while ago, in like the earlier version of this book is called The Millionaire Fastlane. I'm reading this book and this guy is like stinking rich. Like, he made millions when he was like less than 30. And he kept on like just roasting these financial advisors who were saying this bullshit about like, don't buy coffee, like invest for 700 years and maybe before you die, or maybe when you die you'll get millions with the compound interest. Like, fuck off, bro. This guy was roasting them and he was saying they aren't even rich. They aren't even wealthy. They made their wealth. If they are like wealthy right now, all of them, every single one of them made their wealth through being authors, through a business, through something else. No one gets rich from investing. People stay rich by investing. You get rich from investing in yourself first. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.